Hello and welcome to Flyers Post-Game Live presented by Cure Auto Insurance. The Flyers were hoping to sweep that Western Canada road trip out. They fall to 2-1 after falling 4-0 to the Calgary Flames tonight. And it looked like, much like us down here on the studio, they started to run out of steam in this one.
Yeah, they did. And you know what? It didn't help that the opposition really was tough to get through. Calgary played a very, very strong game. And this is after coming off that road trip. Usually you have some stumbles when you come home after any road trip, but especially the one they had. But they were terrific throughout. They snuffed out any Flyers offensive threat throughout the night. The goaltender, again, was what he had to be. The Flyers didn't challenge him that much. Successful road trip for the Flyers, but certainly not a successful ending. And Calgary really looks like a very, very tough opponent for anybody right now.
6 consecutive win now for Calgary. They won 5 on the road, came back and won tonight, obviously, as we just mentioned. But I got to ask about the Flyers in this one. What bothered you the most about the way the Flyers went out and executed this game?
I didn't think they had an energetic offensive effort, and they couldn't generate anything to get through the neutral zone and have any sort of entry into the offensive zone.
Why do you think that is?
Part of it was Calgary played so well, but I just thought the Flyers lacked that offensive cohesiveness they had in the past to be able to get out of the zone, to kick it up with their defensemen. They really had some nice exits out of their zone throughout this, but not tonight. They didn't get anything going. They couldn't crank it up. Even when they tried slingshot to come back, didn't work. They just couldn't get through Calgary. And they, frankly, I don't think they had an energy level. And you know, after a road trip like this, they certainly didn't have that same energy level that they had in the previous road games.
Yeah, it's 3 games in 4 days for the Flyers, which Alain Vigneault said, the 3 games in 4 days, that doesn't bother him as much as when you look at the 5 and 7 and the 6 and 9. And the Flyers will have those coming up later in the season. They've got 17 back-to-backs. They knocked one off in Edmonton and Vancouver earlier this week. But when you look at this one, is it more about what Calgary did right, or was it about sloppiness or maybe tired play from the Flyers? Where do you place
I would say what Calgary did right for the most part here, because of the way they played and they limited so much. Because the Flyers, I mean, they won face-offs. They managed to do that, but then Calgary wouldn't let them get anything generated in the zone. I thought they played a very strong game. The Flyers' inability with their top line to generate anything, that you want to look at, is that worrisome? You know, they're still missing a top defenseman, Ellis. So, I mean, there's stuff that will come back. And I think ultimately the other part that bothers you is they've always managed to, when the situation got really bad in the third period, to like come out of nowhere and come back, and they didn't have that in them. And I give credit to Calgary for that, for not letting them do anything like that.
Do you like Alain Vigneault pulling Carter Hart a little bit earlier in this one when they were down 2-0?
I didn't have a problem with it because of what we just mentioned, the lack of what looked like cohesiveness or whatever, to just take a shot, because it didn't look like Calgary was going to give you the turnovers that you needed to get something going like that. So in that case, you almost have to generate your own turnover with the goaltender pulled, do something like that. Yandel is a risky player at times, but that's the kind of guy you needed out there at that time. So I don't have a problem with it because they just didn't have it. It didn't look like, it felt like they were 5 goals behind at some point.
Forgive the pun here, but the Flyers were really playing with fire in parts of this game when it came to the penalties, which leads us to our Colonial Nissan game changer. You felt like Calgary was going to get one through early in this game. And then they go on the power play, and Sean Monahan, as we've mentioned in Intermission Live, a sneaky Flyer killer, does exactly that here.
Yeah, he's in front. Anderson makes this play by walking across the zone, making everybody move, and then finding that stick on the ice right in front. And yeah, he does kill the Flyers, and he's got to really feel good first one of the season. But watch this play as it generates, and he comes across the zone, and everybody has to go with him. And watch Hart has to also follow him this way. This is why motion is so important on a power play from back at that blue line, to get everybody going across. Take it and watch the stick right there on the ice. He gets not sealed off there by Sealer, and he's got the goal. Really pretty play. Calgary, for as much as I want to say a gritty game, man, they make some very, very nice offensive plays.
Well, and it's a little bit easier to make nice offensive plays when you have an extra skater on the ice, which they did have quite a few times thanks to some Flyers penalties. But let's hear now from Flyers head coach Alain Vigneault after this 4-0 loss to the Flames.
How frustrating was it after winning the first 2 games of the Western Canada road trip, now flat offensively in your third game?
Yeah, I mean, I think you've got to give credit to where credit is due. I mean, they're playing an extremely tight checking hockey game where there's not a lot of room on the ice. And when the team plays that way, well, you've got to make plays offensively. Your execution has got to be at its best, and obviously they took that away from us tonight. They made it very difficult. You know, it was a 1-0 game going into the third. We took another offensive penalty that made it 2-0. So when a team is playing that well, it makes it very challenging for the opposition, and you know, they were the better team tonight.
Talked a lot about penalty minute struggles, 12 penalty minutes tonight. How do you?
And we're going to have to get that under control. There's some penalties that we're getting that I'm shaking my head at, that I'm not quite sure that they were penalties. But there are some that we obviously deserve. And tonight, the last two that we took 200 feet from our net in the offensive zone were deserved. And the one that 1-0 there that permitted them to make it 2-0. Because I thought at the beginning of the third we had some good energy. But when you're trailing a team like that, that can play so tight, and their goaltender makes it very hard on you to get any forechecking. He plays every puck that's not well placed, and makes it easier on for their defensemen. And again, give them credit; they were the better team.
So you said connecting out there with the third line. Were you just trying to make some things?
Yeah, I was trying to get something going. We had 4 shots, I think, after 30, 35 minutes. So I was mixing the candies a little bit there, but I came back with the same lines in the third. We were 1 goal down. These guys have played hard for us, but making it 2 goal down was really challenging.
What did Carter Hart give you tonight?
He gave us a chance. I mean, without him, there's obviously no game. He was the best player on the ice for us in this game, gave us a chance, and we weren't able to follow up. Good. Thanks, guys.
It's time now for the game-winning vision, brought to you by VSP Vision. And this kind of felt like the nail in the coffin, Al. Matt Tkachuk on the power play. He was lurking for a lot of this game, and good luck stopping those tic-tac-toe passes.
Well, you needed the VSP Vision to see this. I mean, he starts the play, putting the puck through his legs to set it. He should have got an assist on his own goal. Watch this play. A beautiful pass through the wickets there between the legs, and then he goes back toward the net, right across the zone. And this is better than tic-tac-toe. This is capital tic-tac-toe. This is a pretty power play goal. They moved it across the zone, down low, not easy to do. And Tkachuk had a monster of a game. Yeah,
and when you're looking at that one from Carter Hart's perspective, this is a game where you go,
yeah,
how does he have any kind of chance on some of these shots? Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about Carter coming up here on Flyers Post-Game Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance after this break.